This is the third year at the Hershey Research Farm with GFS that Dean Collamer and Nathan Hikes have worked with us in looking at different programs. And today we're looking at soil differences where we've planted soybeans with an in-furrow application of SP1 with a 9-18-3 fertilizer produced by GFS. We have a check and we have a straight 9-18-3. Nathan, what have you observed in our digging here today of the plots?
Well, Denny, in running the shovel there, in our check plots, there was just a hard layer around 2 inches. And I felt that with the shovel, and that was visible in the soybean roots. And with SP1, I just didn't have that. I was able to get to below the roots 3-4 inches without nearly as much trouble. And then when we dumped some soil down, it seemed more granular in the SP1, but what I really noticed is in the check and the straight fertilizer plots, there'd be the chunks that fell off and you could tell right where the shovel was. It kind of smeared. And just like you'd be used to seeing that with any tillage implement when it was a little bit wet. And I just didn't see that at all with the SP1 soil.
Would we say the soil with the plants where we had the SP1 in furrow versus if we used the word platiness, would we say that it would be less platy?
Yes, definitely, because there was, like I said, that hard layer, it was very platy, and when it would fall off the roots, it would come off kind of in layers in a hard plate like that.
And that's in our check and our straight fertilizer.
Correct.
We did 19.3. In the last few years of work with Dr. Orslick at Penn State, you and Dean, the work that we've done, previous videos, Dean has coined that SP1 almost makes the comment of the new soil effect. And these comments that I've heard from Dr. Heiniger at North Carolina, Dr. Orslick at Penn State, as well as what we've talked about our own work and my field work, I've kind of been thinking about something. I want to run this by you. If we took and made a statement to the American farmer that the utilization of SP1 in an application in growing corn could improve your soil structure to the point that it really was the cover crop. You were improving soil structure, soil health, better granulation, less platiness, maybe an impact on improved decomposition of previous crop residue. Maybe when you plant corn and you see that the seed to soil contact was better where SP1 had been used previous years. What would you say?
Well, Denny, as the American farmer, I'd first say you were crazy, just because soil health is so important, but so many of the lengths we've had to go to, I mean, cover crops, that there's just so many tough management decisions that to say a product can do that, it'd be hard to believe, but I would definitely be interested. And if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I really don't think I'd believe it at all, but I think that definitely would strike a nerve, and man, you at least have to check that out just on the possibility that it was true.
Well, now, I'm getting some converts thinking along the line that I'm thinking, and today Dean Crane from Agri-Energy has went out and picked up corn stalks or the residue, and whatever's happening, the plot that has the SP1, we're seeing more fungal growth on the stalks than we are with the fertility in the check. Is that correct?
It is. Just when we were digging, I noticed it, and then Dean did. There was just so many more fungal bodies. And then we started digging around, and the texture of the residue, it was just a lot softer. It seemed more broken down, which is something I had never heard of with this product before, but I'm seeing it now. It seems to be the case.
Nathan and I have been discussing some scenarios that they've had, and they have blocks that have received SP1 in previous seasons. And come October, November, as the corn begins to drop its leaves and dry down, we're going to take a walk through some of these fields, including soybeans. And a lot of this farm here at the Hershey, Pennsylvania Research Farm is all no-till. And if we can look at this, that we are improving soil health, soil structure differences, that at planting they have better seed to soil contact, we're going to bring that to you. And with that, I'd like to say thank you to Nathan and Dean Collamer for the work that they've been doing with our group, whether it's soil biology or micronutrients or different ideas. I wouldn't blame for Dean and Nathan to run the other way when they see me coming in the door with some of the ideas that I have sometime for them to check out. And with that, we'd like to say thank you. And this is Denny Wildman and Nathan Hikes, and have a great day.